Sally didn't know what she wanted, but she went to see Santa just the same. She couldn't really say what she was thinking. Sitting on his lap, the idea came. Christmas morning gathered round the tree. She didn't know what she might find. She opened up the box and started gushing. Seems that Santa learned to read minds. Got a dildo for Sally, built by an elf. This year for Christmas, she plays with herself. But elves are little, they ain't that big. This year the Yule log is just a twig. Got a dildo for Sally, built by an elf. This year for Christmas, she plays with herself. But elves are little, they ain't that big. This year the Yule log is just a twig. This year the Yule log is just a twig. Hey y'all, welcome to episode 29, our Christmas special. Merry Christmas, stick around.
Well, hello out there, friends and neighbors. It's your back porch commentators coming to you from somewhere in Missouri, where a firm handshake means more than your signature, and a cold drink can help solve almost any problem. That's what we're planning to do here, bring you along on our journey to the answers to life's questions. You'll get a few facts and a lot of opinions, but remember, we're probably intoxicated and definitely full of shit. So pull up a chair and settle in while we explore some of those most thought-provoking questions. Like, why is a man bun a thing?
Hey everybody, welcome back for episode 29 of B&J on the Rocks.
Feliz Navidad. Or was that Nachos Navidad?
It is now. Well, once I get one song stuck in my head, the other one's going to
Did it just come up? Okay, here's the thing.
Taco John.
I remember a friend of mine was dating this girl, and she was super cute, but kind of ditzy in high school, right? And we were driving around one night. Taco Bell has had Nachos Navidad as their commercial for fucking years.
Yeah.
Years.
Decades now.
Right, right. Well, K-Joe used to have all the Christmas music and shit on.
Yeah.
And the legit Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Come on. And she was like, whoa, they made a Christmas song out of the Taco Bell commercial. And we're all like, I hope you're rapping it when you fuck her.
Yeah.
Please don't make a baby with this. Like, please.
You're going to have a lifelong issue.
Full of regrets.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm
sorry
to
to
get
her.
her. You can't get rid of her.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of the kid.
God, all you'd have to do though is give her bubble gum and send her on a jog, and she'd suffocate herself. She'd breathe and she'd come at the same time.
Here, honey.
Go for the lawn. Go long.
Here you go. This is chewable water.
Gag on it until my balls quit turning blue and your face does. God, that reminds me of prom. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. Episode 29.
Oh,
and this is
interrupt?
yeah, I finished either way. So this is going to be our episode that airs
This is our Christmas
roughly before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes, and we had discussed clear back in May doing dirty Christmas songs.
You think, Christmas is so far away?
We'll get this.
Plenty of time to do this.
We're super dedicated. If we didn't have families and jobs plural, this might have got done. I think we have a few dirty lyrics to songs that we could
Right.
probably come up with. I mean,
Yeah.
just off the spur. It's like, because I like doing that, just winging it.
Yeah.
Just winging it. But I'm disappointed in us for that, so I hope you guys are too.
We'll do better next year.
Yeah, if you're still here, we'll do better.
If we're still here.
If you can send emails, we'll still be here. And the one person that sent us more emails than anybody,
Especially recently.
yeah, has been Wade Gibson's. So, Wade, don't take it upon yourself to pull everybody's weight.
However,
We do appreciate them.
we still need those backstories. So if you could come up with those, well, nobody else is.
Right. Right.
That's your homework assignment.
Everybody just wing it. So this week we're drinking. We had a little flashback.
Yeah. So last week I said we've never had Irish whiskey, have we?
Right.
And we both agreed we had not.
We had not.
However,
but we had
I
this.
think it was episode 7-ish.
If
Right in
that.
there.
It's
6 or 7.
I remember we got shitty off of
It was
this one.
before we started moving the table over.
Right.
So
we
it
did
was
get
early.
We did get shitty on this though, and it was before we had the camera.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This is the Hellcat Maggie.
yeah,
And it's a good Irish whiskey.
yeah.
It will fuck you up.
It will fuck you up.
She will.
Hellcat Maggie.
Yeah.
It's like the whiskey version of that Barbie. I'm gonna regret this. It's so good during, but afterwards I have a lot of remorse.
We probably don't want to talk about the other part of that story, do we?
Which part?
The current event.
Oh no, negative.
Okay.
That was a new discovery, but when you see an X that's got a prison shot
Yeah.
and a bruised face, you feel like karma's kind of paying back a little bit. And I shouldn't be one to speak because I haven't been an asshole, but
It's just catching up to you.
as a squirrel, I'm gonna take this nut while I got it. nothing like an inmate shot.
Yeah. Speaking of nuts,
Right.
you got some snacks.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Christmas homemade candy there, a donation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're a listener?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Christmas is a time of year where I become extremely fat.
Right.
Between
It's been the next 11 months trying to
feeling
think
guilty about
working
it. Yeah, and it usually hits me that I should start working it off when my work season slows down, which is coincidentally about the end of the year, January, February. You know, tax season and stuff. But then I've got all this food the first, part of the year.
You're pretty active, especially in the summertime and fall.
I do a lot of
and
squats.
spring. So, you're constantly in and out of trucks
In and
and
out.
carrying shit,
In and out.
jumping up and down.
In and out.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna slip by. I wasn't gonna slip by. So, and I remember doing that, and I only did it, on the weekends
Right.
usually, and like you're fairly active
I try to be.
for a short period of time.
Right.
In the afternoon, but
It's more aerobic than anything.
it's a lot more than I did for years working at the hospital.
Right. Oh, I can't
Sitting
imagine
at my
going
desk
back
all
to sitting
fucking
inside
day.
all day.
You get fat easy
Right.
there.
No,
And I'm like, God, are my knees this bad at 35?
no.
Shit.
Getting in and out of those trucks, you really become aware of your knee
Yeah,
pain.
that's
By
what I
like
first
Thursday,
started noticing.
Friday. And a friend of mine, Jim, he was retired, then drove the mail routes, and then retired again, and now he's back driving part
Is he?
time. Yeah, he's driving 3 days a week for that
Oh, wow.
smaller feeder route. Anyways, he goes, "Let me see how you get out of that truck." He goes, "I think that's what made my knees bad, is getting out of those trucks like that." He goes, "You need to turn around backwards and back down like a ladder." And I was like,
I ain't got time for that,
it'd be such a hard habit to break. I actually tried to
Yeah.
get out of a truck kind of like that. And I was on the phone at the time, and I had my hands full and the phone up to my ear, and my backpack got thrown on my arm. I
They
was
just
trying to get
fall
out.
out almost.
I literally fell on my ass.
Yeah.
Like there was a blink moment. I was laying on the
I
ground.
tried something like that before.
I was laying on the ground at Barker, and I was just like, my phone had fallen out of my hand, my bag's over here, whatever I had, and I'm just looking around like, I'm dizzy. That just fucking happened. Like, it was that moment where you realize I am pushing 40.
Yeah.
This was originally the lifespan of people like 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, people made babies at 16 became kids otherwise.
Yeah. That's speaking of music, there's a good song, and I don't remember who does it originally, but Charlie Robinson does a cover of it. It's called Brand New Me. And,
I haven't heard that one.
Okay, it's on his New Day or something like that.
It's not like Brooks and Dunn, like brand new.
No. It's well, it's a breakup song, but I'm free because of a breakup kind of song, right?
That's one I could have written a few times.
Right? And it's 30's the brand new 40, or 40's the brand new 30, 30's the new 18, you know. And it's like,
according to some of these women, the way they dress, yeah.
Well,
They're 16 dressing like they're 30, and they're 30 dressing like they're 16. I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on. You are really throwing shit off.
you should not look fuckable in your 60s, alright?
No. You shouldn't look fuckable at 16 either. I'm just going to throw that either. I mean, you got to be careful. Like, I was at a grocery store, and this girl was laying out some pretty strong signals. Come to find out, she was 17, and I was like, you stay the hell over there.
Yeah.
Let me know in 8 months. Whatever.
You don't even talk to me for this. I want plausible deniability.
But then I know a 40-year-old that wears a pair of jean shorts, and her ass looks fantastic and like edible. Like little salt, little pepper. I'm just saying, like, when you got an ass at 40 that looks that good and there's not like dimples in it,
Yeah.
you should celebrate that motherfucker. You should wear that. You should wear jean shorts like Daisy Dukes fucking in December. I'm just saying.
If you got that ass,
Yeah.
send us some pictures. We've got an email address
Yeah.
that apparently nobody knows about. It's bjontheRocks@gmail.com.
What was it?
BJ on the rocks at gmail.com. Because John and Frank, B and J, right? We'd like to hear from you every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
So,
And the bear.
we got into the Hellcat before we started this episode, if you can't tell. But
I'm okay with it.
we did add it to our infinity bottle.
Yes, and that we're gonna drink that on our New Year's Eve episode, I guess, which is coming right around the corner.
Yeah. So should be a good couple episodes, I hope.
Yeah.
In the year strong. Should we take a week off
I think
for the new year
for the
before we
new
start,
year, maybe.
before we start season 2?
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Recovery. We can maybe get together and drink still.
We'll still
Just
get
not
together.
record.
Don't worry about it. I'm fine doing that. I just don't like the work that goes into it.
Yeah, maybe January, February we can finally look at making. We'd almost have to do guests on like a Sunday afternoon or something.
Yeah, because it's going to take,
Set
a
up
bit,
and
you know.
yeah.
You know you're going to talk longer than an hour.
Oh
You're
yeah.
going to have to really, edit that down.
Right.
But we are going to have some guests.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. And I think season 2 is the perfect
Time to integrate.
time to just go, okay, this is the new thing. We're having guests. I'll probably change the intro a little bit.
Something else I thought about this week was if we could get people that actually emailed in that wanted to guest and maybe had some topics, we could almost do speakerphone to a mic or something.
We could. Yeah.
To that extent, because the hardest thing about it is you and I finding time, let alone
3
finding time where there's 3 or 4 or 5 people in a group, and
I got mics.
Yeah.
I got mics. I got to get my other recorder here, so we got inputs.
Yeah, we'd have to. Yeah, and that
Otherwise, we're all gathered around,
and we can't do it at the house. There's no way people. I mean, God, having Pat here.
Yeah, I mean, we just
He
right. We'd have to lower his chair.
Put him on a stool, like young Frankenstein.
Right.
I forgot how tall Pat was until I'd seen him this week, and he was in a heavy-duty pickup, leaning out a truck like it was me in an S10. It was like, man, you make that fucker look like a Tinker Toy button. He just forgot how tall he is.
Hell, he's solid too, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So don't fuck with Pat.
Brick shit house. Yeah, that's one of.
Our
I
bus
wonder
is
what
like-
it looks like when a bull gets pissed with him. He just like puts it down, you know.
We're done.
I am taking your temperature whether you like it or not. Woof.
Bend over and cough.
The bull's on its front knuckles, like tapping out. Like, the sheep are laughing. Your turn, fucker. Oh, God. Good times. Shit.
Pat's a vet.
Yeah, Pat, by the way, Pat's
So,
a vet.
that's where all the
he's not,
bestiality comes
he's
from.
not like a pervert or nothing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he
Well,
is.
he might be.
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
We've all got a piece that we hide from the world. Mine is fat girls.
Well,
When I try and hide that away from the world, it's more like an eclipse.
should you let her out? Is it time? She's getting
Once a
hungry.
day. Once a day. That's it. Okay,
You've
so
had your turkey leg. Get back in there.
Okay, Christmas. You got any favorite Christmas stories?
Christmas stories.
Don't make it depressing. I'll cry.
I don't do depression.
North Star, Bethlehem, like find Jesus.
No, I found atheism.
Jesus' birthday.
Oh, here's a good one. I was watching a
I love
commercial.
the enthusiasm.
I was watching a commercial the other day. Well, I wasn't watching it. I heard it. You know.
Right, yeah.
I don't watch commercials. And I forget what it was even for, obviously, but it said, in the year, how did they word that?
2000.
No, it said I got to word it right because
Otherwise it'll work.
the joke doesn't work without it. So it was they were talking about year-end sales and all that, and it said something along the lines of in the year with a nail in it or something like that, right?
Uh-huh.
And I said, like Jesus.
Oh, wow.
No? Too soon?
Really crucified that joke.
He'll be back. I lost him. We'll find him. He'll turn up. Anyway.
It's like you crawled under some rock. Came out from behind it, whatever. You know, when I was a kid, I
I
remember
grew up
one time-
Catholic, by the way.
Right, right. So
Yeah,
you got a lot of guilt about just saying that.
Oh, no shit. Because luckily, Mom don't listen anymore.
yeah. How many episodes did your mom make it?
Half an hour?
I was gonna say,
That
I would
first
feel-
one, I think I ever said, my mom's died. Like 2 minutes into the first episode.
She's like, I'm out.
She's like, I'm done.
That's done. That was not funny.
Dad still listens.
Does he really?
As far as I know.
That's
he,
awesome.
He still comments every now and then. He goes, you know, I didn't know about that. You might have got away with one. I'm like, shocker. I got away with anything in that house. One time I snuck out of the house and literally just went for a drive.
Right.
I was like 16, had that black tempo,
Uh-huh.
and I just literally went for a drive because I was like, I can't sleep. Fucking, I'm 16.
Exploring some freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Why not? So I go for a drive around Maryville, come back, you know, and then sneak in the back door. And as I'm sneaking in the back door, the light comes on in the hallway, and I was like,
Oh.
shut the door, and we come in the back door. The stairs are right there, but there's not a door like into the kitchen. It's
Right.
open still, right? So I'm like, oh
So I just like sit down on the steps and try to hide, you know.
Get small.
Get small. And Dad comes over, leans over the rail, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I was like, it's just outside for a bit. And he's like, expect me to believe that? I think he knew I was gone. You know?
Right.
And so he goes outside. He goes, if I go feel your hood and it's
It's
hot,
gonna be warm.
you're gonna
You're in
have
shit.
hell to pay.
Right.
And I was like, fuck. All right, I went for a drive. You know, I just
Blowing some steam
wanted
off.
to get
listening
out.
to some
You
music.
know,
Yeah.
and to this day, I'm a night owl, man.
Oh, I get it.
Driving at night, listen to music. That's
Half my job.
that's what keeps me sane.
Right.
You know.
I get it. Yeah.
And but yeah, that was one of my stories back then. That wasn't Christmas, but it was just an old story that just popped in my head there.
I remember
Being a dad.
one time Mom and Min had gone over to Albany to pick me up from my grandma's house at Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And I want to say it was Christmas Eve. And we're driving back towards Maryville or Pickering or wherever the hell we lived at the time. And yeah, it probably had to be Pickering. Anyways, and I looked up in the sky and there was a plane with the red blinking.
Yeah.
You know, with the red
Yeah.
icon on it. Excuse me. And I thought it was Rudolph.
Sure.
And that plane, you know, as far as we were driving west or whatever, it followed, it tracked us, you know, because the plane was going the same way, whatever. And to me, looking back, it feels like I watched it for an hour. I probably watched it for 10 minutes,
Right.
whatever, you know. And but yeah, there was that. I was like, wow, I seen Santa. You know, I was probably like 8, something like
He's
that.
right
maybe.
there.
He's right there, man.
Look, Mom.
So I remember that.
Oh yeah.
And you know, Jack's 7, and I remember
Are
8.
you serious, Clark?
Yeah. But I remember, like, by 8, everybody was like, Santa's not real, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So,
You're like,
this
no, I've
year,
seen him.
yeah. And so, Jack being 7 now, I'm kind of clicking onto that. This might be one of the last years. But I've already got in my head, like, how to handle it. So, I don't want to handle it until I have to handle it,
Yeah.
but I'll handle it when it. You don't want your kid to be
Luckily,
the
you
last
listen
one
to
believe
this, right?
No. No. Negative, Ghost Rider.
Don't tell your mom.
Yeah. But you know, you don't want your kid to be the last one believing in Santa Claus, but
Right.
you want him to hang on to that magic for a little
As
bit.
long as
Yeah. Why not? The
Yeah.
world's a harsh place, man. Let
right.
them bask in the glory for a little bit.
Yeah. Now, my wife,
Mm-hmm.
when she found out,
She still believes in Santa?
Shut up.
Man,
Now, when
I've
she,
got to hide this package every year.
yeah, right. I ain't gotta hide. I'm trying to show it off. I'm like, look at this.
It's cold out. It's swelling.
Yeah.
Please unwrap this.
It's ready. It's about. Anyway, when she found out, she was, I guess, one of the last in her class. Or,
Right.
You know, they were all making fun of her. And so she went home and told her mom, and she's like, they told me that Santa Claus wasn't real, blah, 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 but I know, blah, you know. And everyone was like, well, let's have this talk. And she was pissed. She could not believe her mother lied to her all those years.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, one of my sisters had that reaction, and the other one just cried. And I was kind of like, meh, okay.
Yeah. Seen that coming.
You know, a couple hours later, I'm like, thanks for all those gifts.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate that.
You know, you guys, I don't know if I really said that, but I'm thinking, you guys really
Put
worked
some
hard
effort.
this last
Oh, yeah.
16 years.
Yeah. You know, Ben used to go way out. Like, he'd get, he was in the Guard, so he'd get those moods, and he'd cover them in, ash and coal. His mom would, they'd leave newspaper out, and he'd make tracks in, and,
Yeah.
you know, take the carrot outside. We had a pony at the time, and he'd have him eat that, so it had the teeth marks on the carrot.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
he was all about Christmas. He was genuinely enthused about it, you know. And here I am, freaking tree out. My tree is all like 3.5 foot tall.
You're like, I gotta put these toys together.
Yeah.
Here's Walmart. Santa brought this in a Walmart. Some assembly required.
I just essentially, you know, and for Christmas I go over to his mom's house because I usually work Christmas Eve or whatever. So I go over to his mom's house early, and we do Christmas over there for him. You know, Santa comes there for Jack. But I usually just give her money, and if I have to put anything together, then I put it together and take it, you know, up to the shop and hide it until it's Christmas Eve, and then I drop it off after work.
Yeah.
You know, but, so my part in it is here's some money, and doesn't need assembly, and that's you know whatever.
Matter of fact, the more you take it apart, the better you
The
are.
better, yeah.
You got to diversify with your money.
Bring it together. Points of life. It's good. It's not bad. Good.
Yeah.
Your Christmas songs, though.
Christmas
What do you got for Christmas songs that you genuinely like?
Oh man, you know, my all-time favorite traditional Christmas song is honestly, as an atheist, "Oh Little Town of Bethlehem."
Right.
Or Silent
I
Night.
remember, yeah. You
And I
mentioned that
keep
before.
going back and forth between those two, and you know, but it's something about those. It's just like, you know, like I said, late at night,
Calm.
quiet,
After
just
maybe
lights
Christmas Eve
on.
or after Christmas
Yeah,
night.
you know,
Nice
and
couple.
you know, it's just, especially if there's snow, you know, whatever, and you
Oh,
got
yeah.
a drink, and you know, a few people around, a few adults around, and you're just enjoying
Enjoying
that
it.
time, you know. And but my favorite non-traditional country or Christmas song is Robert Earl Keen, "Merry Christmas from the Family."
Yeah, that is a good one.
Because we all know those people.
Right,
you
right.
know?
Yeah, that's
And-
one you should go listen to.
Yeah, Robert Earl Keen,
'Tis the season.
"Merry Christmas from the Family," and he's got another one that he did on. It was on a different album. I want to say it was on Walking Distance, I think, and it's called "Happy Holidays, Y'all."
I think I've heard that one too. Yeah.
It's kind of a continuation of the first.
Of that, yeah.
Same characters, kind
I
of like a
still
Bruce
like-
Springsteen song.
I
Right?
still like the first one better.
Yeah, I agree. It's that
You
classic.
can't, yeah, you can't make it twice. You can't,
Yeah. My kids like the second one because he says something about Uncle Joe camping out in his underwear. Right? So it's like, yeah, they like that.
When I was a kid, Ben's mom always come up for Christmas and stayed at our house, and I'd have to sleep on the floor, you know, and she took my room. And man, at the time, you're a teenager, you don't want to share a room with your kid sister,
Right.
you know. But man, looking back, I really missed, because she'd come and they'd make sugar cookies. Her and Jordan would make sugar cookies. It was like that was their thing, you know. And looking back, that kind of made, like, when I think now, like every year, it's like it doesn't feel like Christmas. It's just
Right.
it comes up on you.
Yeah.
As an adult, it's just like, oh shit, that is next week.
Yeah.
You know. And looking back, man, if I could go back and have, you know, grandma coming to visit for the week and hanging out and just
Yeah.
make that feeling again, that would be. You don't realize what you value until it's going.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we both traditions from when we were kids are probably all
Gone
now.
Yeah.
I guess, you know. We used to go Christmas Eve. We'd go to my dad's parents and have all the Mackeys, you know, which was a smaller family, but still a full house, you know?
Right.
And with all the cousins and everything, and then we'd eat supper there, and then go over to my mom's parents, and you know, we'd be the only ones dressed up at my dad's parents, you know, because we're all going to grandma as soon as later, right? And then go to church at midnight or 11 o'clock or whatever. And but you know, it was Christmas Eve was all that, and then Christmas Day we'd go to my great aunt's house and do brunch and have like the extended family on my mom's side, you know, for that. And now it's, you know, they're all gone.
Right.
And we ain't got together with my dad's side for years.
Yeah, once those family
Years.
icons pass,
Yeah.
we used to do a kunkel reading, which is my grandmother's maiden name,
Okay.
in Oregon every Memorial Day,
Oh, yeah.
and I always went like there for a while. The last 4 or 5 years, I was the only one from our generation that went.
Really?
Stuff like that. That's what I appreciated. And then my 30th birthday, I decided I'm not going because that was my birthday weekend, and I went on a float trip for the first time in my life, and
October.
in October, and so I went on a float trip and whatever, and that ended up being the last kunkel reading they had. I felt like such a dick after that,
right.
but there wasn't many from that.
Well, it was your fault.
Their cousins, no shit, Catholic guilt. Here we go. But that generation, though, the cousins all grew up together, family helping family and stuff, and we don't. As our era, we don't have that. And honestly, Jack only sees his cousins, whatever, once or twice a year, really. At this point,
Right.
it's just there's not that same connection. I
They
guess.
forget who their cousins even are.
No, yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, and
we
and
literally
here
grew
you-
up with our cousins.
With our cousins, right? But now that you talk about that, like Suma or Sumi, whatever you want to,
Yeah, or
or however you want to pronounce it, the old man that was part of the tractor dealership up there.
Yeah, they were cousins of Grandpa's.
Okay, so that was a cousin of my grandma, nicely.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody up
We're
here is
brothers.
So yeah, we're practically Eskimo brothers.
I knew it.
I mean,
that was episode.
it was a way back. Yeah. It's not gay if you don't cross your toes.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It was an experiment. We had lab coats and
I just-
everything.
I think we talked about that once when we were like 20 because Brenda
Oh yeah, yeah.
had put it all
Okay,
together. Yeah, and we talked about that at Eveready, but
Yeah,
I hadn't thought
Eveready.
about that for years,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyways, but Oh Holy Night, that's one of
Oh holy night.
Oh
That's a good
Holy
one.
Tides. I mean, you can take that dirty. Like,
Oh yeah.
one of my favorite ones though is oh gosh, with Don Henley. What is it?
Oh.
Home for Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
That one's always one of my favorite songs. But if you
Bells will be ringing.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my
Yeah.
favorites. If we take out the jerk factor, I mean Mariah Carey's, it's a staple. But once you take out the tits, I mean I kind of lose interest in the song
Yeah.
too. So
Once you hear it though, then you know it's a
yeah,
holiday.
right, it's
You know?
definitely you're gonna hear it 4,200 more times. So
Speaking of holidays,
right,
if you say Happy Holidays to me,
I will kick you
I'm
square in
fine.
the crunch.
no,
No,
Really?
no. Yeah, I'm just not cool with that.
but really.
Even Jewish people are like, I can see
No.
what you're saying. It.
And if you want to say Merry Christmas, that's fine. I say Merry Christmas.
I actually got a letter from one of the banks I bank with, and he was like, "Merry Christmas,"
Yeah.
like and there was a point that I was like, "I'm going to give you all my business because just because you had the balls to go."
But is
Merry
it balls?
Christmas.
I mean,
I like balls.
I don't care.
I like balls.
that's my thing. I don't think anybody that says Happy Holidays is offended by Christmas.
Right.
I
They're just
think
trying
it's
not to
literally
offend everybody.
just no. I don't even think that.
Really?
I don't. I think because I said both. I really don't think that it's.
You go both ways.
Yeah. I'm fine either way, but I really don't think anybody's trying to offend anybody
I think it depends on.
or not offend anybody. I think it's literally just this
It's
is
become-
how I wish you.
This is synonymous as a wording and blah blah blah.
And it's not trying to cover all the bases.
Right.
Literally, like I saw Happy Holidays things when I was a kid.
I don't remember
People
being
act like
frequent.
it wasn't even a thing as we were kids.
Right.
I saw it all the time.
Well, I don't think it was as okay. When we were a kid, I don't think it was emphasized as political correctness.
Right.
Now,
And that's the thing.
And now
It turned
it's-
political.
Right now, it's said because of political correctness, not just somebody going, "Happy Holidays."
Well, okay, and I think there's probably 20% of people who say it that are doing it for political correctness.
I'd say even more than that. I mean, in this era of Black Lives Matter and everything else, I think everybody is so worried about offending somebody. And here's another thing. A lot of that probably depends on the demographic of where you live and your occupation. Because depending on your career path is a lot of how, I mean, here's the thing. In my side of things, some of the things that I can joke about with other middle-aged men truckers
Right.
are not going to go over quite as well as they would in your workplace of office with 20 to 60-year-old people, male, female, black, white, Asian.
In my current workplace office, I think it's all
free game.
Open. Like you can say whatever the fuck you want. I mean, if my boss hasn't been fired yet,
You don't know what can get it done.
I'm pretty sure I can say anything to anybody. But on that, I really I want to emphasize this.
Emphasize.
So,
Emphasize the syllables.
this is good. This is good. It may be kicking in, but I think social media,
Right.
right, and the fact that the news really hypes up everything. That can cause any kind of divide, right?
Well,
I think
it's whatever can cause ratings.
right, yeah.
We piss people off, they're going to watch more.
Piss the people off or Reddit. Yeah. Now, I think like anything else, Jeff Foxworthy had a thing about this. Similar. He was talking about, there's smart people in the South. We just can't keep the most ignorant amongst us off the television when there's a tornado coming through, right?
I remember that one.
So I think it's the same kind of thing. There used to be a gatekeeper, if you will, for what's going to be on the news and what's going to be seen by the masses.
Right.
Now with social media, there
That was
can
called
be
integrity,
a
by the
small
way.
group of people like flat earthers, and you feel like it's a big group,
Right.
right? Because you see it. You never would have seen these people before. Now that there's social media and all that, they have a voice to let it go.
Right.
And we see it, unfortunately. And so I really don't think that many people that say, hey, happy holidays,
Have the entire
are saying,
process.
fuck you, Christmas.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And that's how I feel when I see people like post, about fuck you, in my house we say Merry Christmas.
Well, and I think you're looking at that as
I'm not trying to
right. Right. See, I think you're looking at it from an optimistic point of view, whereas I'm looking at it from a right. And here's where my humor from yeah, until it goes empty. Have another one.
Oh, there's more.
Whereas most of my energy for a living comes from being pissed off at the work. Like everybody's like, how do you sleep 4 hours a night and get up and go to work and blah blah? I'm like, I'm just so pissed off that I have to
wake
get
up
that I want to get up and bitch about it because I'm not going to sleep any better being pissed off that I have to get up.
Right.
So that's how it works out. So when I see that, I mean, I understand where you're coming from too. I guess mine comes from back to middle-aged white guy because that's what I know.
Right.
And it's not because I want to piss anybody off or I want to spread my beliefs on anybody else. It's just I don't want to feel like I have to be ashamed of being a white, middle-aged, straight male
By saying Merry Christmas.
and Christian. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody should have to be ashamed of who they are.
No.
That being said,
I agree.
I think that what was classified as the norm 60 years ago in our country, or 70 years ago, as the quote-unquote norm American family, you know what I'm saying? 2.5 kids, white picket fence, white, dad works, mom stays home, Christian, whatever else, as the quote-unquote norm. Now everybody's like, well, you suppressed us for so long, we're coming back. I didn't suppress you. That's 2 generations ago, man. I don't give a shit what you do, but you're not going to make me feel bad for doing what I do. I'm not going to make you feel bad for having balls on your chin. I don't want to be made feel bad for putting your sister over the front end of my car. You know what I'm saying? It's not your sister. And it was your car.
That's where that came from.
Yeah.
Oh. It all comes together.
That's why the clear coat came off the tempo.
Yeah, no shit. That just goes a fucking tempo.
But you know what I'm saying. So my belief is it doesn't come from like Happy Holidays and saying fucking Christmas. It's just like if I want to say Merry Christmas, of course I'm not going to go into a rabbi and look at him and be like Merry Christmas, and he's going to be like you know. It's not what I'm saying, you know.
No, I think he should. I think he should be. All right, cool.
It's kind of like knowing your audience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I say Merry Christmas in the grocery store, and the guy behind me is, you know, celebrating Kwanzaa,
Right.
I don't think he should be offended any more than I am
Right.
by him saying Happy Holidays or Happy Kwanzaa or
And
whatever.
I feel the same way about genders, right? If you identify as male or female, but you were
Right.
born the other way, it's not up to me to know what you think you are, right?
Right.
And if I am I going down too far here?
Not deep enough.
Not deep But
I'll let
like
you know when you
said,
hit bottom.
if I say, you know, and I guess what I'm getting at is, if I say Merry Christmas to you,
Right.
and you don't celebrate Christmas, what's to get upset about, right? If you get upset, that's on you.
Right.
And if I say Happy Holidays, and that upsets you, that's on you too.
Well, and
Because
I
my
understand.
intent is always positive.
Okay, John Lennon. I'm kidding.
But I think anybody that now maybe there's a few, I get it.
Right.
But I think 90% of people that walk around and say Happy Holidays to people aren't trying to piss anybody off
Well,
or alienate
anybody. Right. And here's the thing. If you say Happy Holidays to me, I feel like I have to return Happy Holidays because it's making me go, if you're questioning, why am I questioning? I should question too. It's kind of like when you catch a car salesman bullshitting you. You're like, why are you doing that? It creates a trust issue for me.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: if I was if I was somewhere and I was like Merry Christmas, and a black guy turned around to me and was like Happy Kwanzaa, I would feel like that was more genuine, even though I don't celebrate Kwanzaa and he's not celebrating Christmas, whatever, than somebody saying Happy Holidays like a fucking Stepford wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather have harsh honesty than political correct fluff.
Okay, maybe I'm just.
If I wanted fluffed, I would hire a hooker.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Stay in there. We'll get you out. We'll get you out later.
Let me talk in her language. But no, like I said, I'm so tired of everybody being on ice.
Exactly.
That's really how I feel about it.
That's my point.
That's annoying.
I'm sorry.
No, but here's another thing. If the whole gender thing you stepped into, and I don't want to make this because this is about a Christmas episode.
I did bring it up.
Well, I don't want to get into this on a Christmas episode, but that's what we're about is having views and expressing them.
Yeah.
And I accept you.
We got into political last week, and I almost cut it out. But there was some funny stuff in there. So I'm like,
you gotta learn.
all right, I'll leave it.
I'll lay here and let it happen this one time.
I didn't want to get into it.
but like the whole transgender thing, like I just okay.
We're going
when we go to work, I don't want to hear about people's sex lives. And that's across the board.
Hey, I worked with you a lot.
I don't care.
And I heard about your sex life a lot.
I was like 18. But you know what I'm saying? Like, amongst friends, it's one thing.
Right.
Like, you're going to bullshit and kind of compare and be like, does this happen to you too? Because I'm not for sure that, you know. But.
Here's a bill.
Yeah. Take this. You'll feel better in the morning. If you have a heart attack, don't connect it to me.
Don't, you didn't get it from me.
But like,
you found it on the street.
If you're talking about a stranger, I don't want to hear about their sex lives. I just don't. And I don't care if you're I don't care if you're fucking I don't care if you're fucking a sheep. I don't care if you fuck pumpkins on harvest. I don't care if you're doing your brother. I don't give a shit. Yeah. I just don't want to hear about it. And there's something that goes with this whole political era correctness that says, look, if you're straight, we don't want to hear about your sex life. But if I'm a man and I've become a woman and I'm fucking a gay dude, I'm going to tell everybody. And if you don't want to listen to me, you're being, prejudiced. And I don't agree with that.
No.
But
in the workplace,
I don't want to hear about your bowel movements. I don't give a shit what you ate for lunch. I don't give a fuck that your grandma has herpes on her lip. I don't give two fucks what you put your dick in or what dick got inside you last night. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And if that makes me an asshole, makes me an asshole. Happy Hanukkah, motherfuckers.
Make you an asshole.
That's the way it's put
Come
out
on,
to us,
guys.
though. That's just like you get on TikTok and all the time. It's like, if you do this, then you're prejudiced. No, I just don't give a shit. Giving a shit is not equivalent to having a hateful opinion. It's just me saying, I don't give a shit.
Right.
As long as you don't affect my bubble,
Exactly.
I don't give a shit. And I don't think I should have to listen to it to be considered a decent human being.
Which is where I come from.
Which is why I'm on a podcast and you have to listen to everything I have to say.
Oh, they've tapped out by now.
Yeah.
You're not here.
This was Christmas.
You're
Where the
not
fuck
here.
did they get into Peters?
As soon as I said atheist, you all went click.
Click. Okay,
Sorry, I can't be so
here's
serious.
the thing. If I was taking a leak at a urinal and a guy came in and I see a set of tits next to me,
This is deep.
I'm going to be getting confused. I will either have to piss and leave or I'm going to ejaculate. One of the two. That's how tits affect me.
You see this, you go.
I might have like a Windows 2000 reset or Windows 95 freeze up. If I look over see tits and then I glaze down and it's like a giant black dick or something, I'm gonna be like, system error. Like, I won't be offended. I'm just gonna be like, how do I explain this to my kid? Because he's 7 and I don't think explaining gender roles and relations and homosexuality should be in any child's scope.
Now,
At all.
I think, going back to the bathroom thing, if you have something visible that makes you identify as something like tits,
Right.
probably identifying as a woman,
You should probably go take a stall.
you should probably pick the other one.
Right.
Right.
Okay, here's the thing. I got one for you here.
But, now, real quick, hold on to the thought. Can you hold on to the thought?
Yeah, I'm holding
Okay.
I'm holding it tight.
I know how I am with thoughts, and they just disappear.
Right.
So,
in there.
For years, and I want to say maybe decades, but probably years, men who identify as women have been using women's bathrooms, and women who identify as men probably been using men's bathrooms. Nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
Don't
Nobody
care.
wanted to know.
Nobody want to know.
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know. They're not in there fucking your kid. They're just using the fucking bathroom.
Right.
Anyway. I wasn't going anywhere else with that.
Okay.
That was it.
Here's my thing. My thought isn't necessarily like every homosexual transgender is a child molester.
Right.
That's not my thought process. My thought process is the world is a shitty enough place. And just right along with our conversation of explaining Santa Claus to your kid.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't want to have to explain. Like, let's say as a single father, let's say I had a daughter, right? She's got to use the bathroom. What do? Send her into the women's restroom alone and wait her out? Or do you just... Let's say she's 6 or 7.
Luckily,
I
when
don't...
we were kids, family bathrooms were a thing.
No. But now
Luckily, you see them
they're not all as common.
at the main
Walmart.
chain places.
Right. But you're not going to catch them at, like, Burger King all the time.
Right.
Or McDonald's.
No.
Or, like, a restaurant. Or
At the malls.
Or a gas station.
Things like that. No, gas stations. Fuck that.
Yeah, they're operating on basic bitch salary anyway. But what I'm saying is if I've got a 6-year-old girl, okay?
Yeah.
And she's like, Daddy, I gotta pee.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm not sending her into the women's restroom because I don't know where I'm at. I don't know who's in there. And as a parent, the world sucks. It's a shitty place. Why take the chance? So I'm going to take her into the men's room, and I'm going to take her into a stall and let her do her business.
Stand outside the stall.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
All right.
So she comes out. There's a guy in the dress taking a leak at a urinal. How do you explain that to your 6-year-old daughter? It's not that I give a shit.
Right.
It's not that I'm worried about somebody molesting her. It's the fact that I want to let the child be a child.
Right.
And oblivious to the harsh realities of the world until
they're ready.
Until they're ready. So here's my thing. If you make the choice to change your genders, whatever the case may be, and you undertake that, it's the same as me undertaking the responsibility as starting a business. I work different hours, I've got to work longer hours, and when things go to shit, it's my fault. The buck stops here. It's my responsibility. So if you make the decision to change your gender, you take on the responsibility of walking your ass in the stall.
Explaining to my child why you're...
yeah, why you gotta take intense. No, you walk your ass in a stall. Just take your ass in the stall.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with we want you to be ashamed. It's just that maybe the whole world's business doesn't need to know your business.
Right.
And that's it. That's as simple as that. It's not about putting anybody down.
Yeah.
It's about the fact that if you want us to be conscientious of your choices, you need to be conscientious of our choices. As there's children in the world, there's people that don't want to know, there's people that don't care and also don't want to know. It doesn't make us hate you, it just makes us, we don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with my shit, I don't want to deal with your shit.
Right.
This shit just keeps separate. And you know what's great about that?
Shit.
Stalls. Fucking stalls. What they ought to do is make every they ought to make every bathroom like, here's 2 bathrooms, there's a toilet in each one, and there's only a one-holer.
Remember the high school locker room? Open fucking stall.
Fucking stalls.
Stall without a door.
Like, yeah. Like, I don't want to see you wiping your ass.
No.
What do you do when you're walking by and somebody's sitting there? You naturally go,
oh shit.
Yeah. And meanwhile, he's got his hand between his legs trying to, and you're like, well, I mean, what do you do if you're sitting there doing it? Either way, I'm gonna finish.
What are you looking at?
Anyways.
Get on your knees.
Yeah. Stand at the
Stand at the line.
Stand at the line.
That was before this started rolling.
Anyways,
that was a previous conversation.
That's how I feel about that. It doesn't have anything to do with hatred. It just has to do with let's preserve some.
Now, okay. I'm trying not to alienate too many people here.
I seen that.
And show both sides of the story. I would say, just real quick, I'm just gonna. This sounds like I'm like a lawyer, right? One is a choice to start a business. The other, I don't think you choose to identify as a woman. If I'm a man, right?
Right.
I wouldn't, as a heterosexual man, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would never choose to be a woman, right? I might choose to have a couple ribs removed.
Make me feel.
Right. I might choose to remove a couple ribs so I can, like, you know.
Okay, I'm a
Just
straight
there.
male, and if I could do that,
But-
it'd save me a lot of money on my car insurance over the year.
Right. But I want to say we hear you, we understand you. Anyway, we got listeners in Turkey.
We got VPNs in Turkey as well. We got
Whatever.
It's always the Turks.
They always show up around Thanksgiving. I don't know. I was looking at the map and I was like, what? Turkey?
I guarantee my house is probably being plotted to be bombed right
Yeah, you know. A drone
now.
flying.
Yeah. Anyways, back to Christmas. I feel like we've made full circle.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We need to focus. Our episodes are like ADD.
The Christmas of...
I listened to the last episode and I was like, how the fuck did we get there?
Oh my god.
I don't even remember saying that.
This is our conversations though. Like, these people think, like, we forget the camera's on, we forget the microphone's on, we're just talking, right? This
we
is how
actually
talk.
have 30 minutes prior to this.
This is this is us. So anyway, yeah, sorry.
But so I went
Just
out
train of thought.
trying to quote unquote Christmas shop.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the holiday bargain.
You mean
How's
like
that?
at the store?
No, I was in an antique mall, so
Well, but in person?
right. I was holiday bargaining. I don't want to say Christmas shopping because it might fucking, whatever. Holiday bargaining.
You're not offending anybody.
Well, I don't want somebody to look at
here's-
me and go, he's shopping for Christmas, therefore he's probably not circumcised.
If they're not offended by the other shit we've said,
That's us.
but
Like
Christmas-
they come here to.
but
to-
Christmas offends them.
they intentionally come here to listen. If I'm at an antique mall, I don't want to say I'm Christmas shopping. I might, or I'm Jewing anybody down. That's another one.
Or even gypping it.
Oh,
I don't think you can say that either.
Is there gypsies even in
I
there?
don't know, I guess.
I don't know.
Anyway,
They were always real pretty.
Can I say something real quick?
Okay, go ahead. I'll
I'll
finish.
finish. Okay.
BC.
If you are offended by Happy Christmas, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, or Merry Holidays, I'm covering all the bases.
Kwanzaa?
Go kill yourself. Not you, because we need to do this podcast. But if you're offended by someone being happy about your holiday, go kill yourself. I'm serious. I need less people on the road. Go kill yourself. Good? Okay. Continue.
So I was Christmas shopping, and I went back to, what's his name that has the records, Dave?
Yeah.
Down at the antique mall. I'm not actually going to tell anybody because I don't want to read my
record.
records.
No, he's got the good records.
He's got good stuff. But I actually found a record, a Bing Crosby.
This is the line of
record
Kansas.
From.
I saw that over there.
It's a Bing Crosby, Christmas
Oh,
record.
is it?
Yeah, and I was like $8. I'm totally blowing money on this. Yeah,
Totally worth it.
I was looking around for a couple other ones, but hey, speaking of which, there was an Elvis Christmas record, and I could not bring myself to buy
Ooh.
that.
Oh wait, was it on red vinyl?
No.
Okay.
No, it was like $12. It was
Just the blue cover?
it was a green cover. It had green Snapchats of him. Who knows? It could have been another off-brand company that licensed to make it.
Here's the thing. Elvis records, for the most part, are
Uh-huh.
overpriced.
Well, $12
Because
seems
it's
a little
Elvis.
high.
And so they think it's worth a lot.
Right.
But they made 10 million copies of
Copies
every
of them.
fucking record.
Right.
And repressed every one
Everything.
10 times, right?
Right.
And so when I go into like that other old Hastings building, right?
Right.
And I've had arguments with their manager about the prices of their records.
Oh, they've got records there?
They got records there, and
Are they new pressed
most
or
of
something?
most of the stuff that I'm looking for are
Mhm.
like $2 and $3.
Is it used stuff or is
It's
it
all
like...
used, 90% used.
Okay.
They got some new stuff, but I'm looking at the crates, digging through the crates, and,
Right.
trying to find I'm trying to collect all the Chris Christopherson. I'm almost there. All the Willie Nelson, which he put out a lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
And
yeah.
Waylon, right? And Merle.
Right.
And Johnny K. Anyway, and. But yeah, I've had arguments with them about. I'm like, look, you understand supply and demand, right? I can get this record anywhere, and you got it for $12 because it's Elvis.
Right.
It's worth $3. All right. He's like, they just look up the price and that's what they put. They look up the price of the fucking CD, jackass.
Right.
Like, seriously.
Well, it's trendy now to have records. I like records because of the low
Hipsters
sound
ruin the whole
quality.
fucking thing.
Yeah, I know.
They ruin
I
the whole
know.
fucking hipsters. If
I
you're
like
a hipster, kill yourself. Wait, more suicides are around holidays. Don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. I'm joking. There should be a disclaimer for you.
I'm fine with hipsters killing.
I need more room on the road. Kill yourself.
Be creative about it, though. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? If you're a hipster,
You and your girlfriend sit on the couch and point a shotgun at each other's head.
no. Hipsters would do something like they would braid hair from horse tails and choke themselves to death with it. Like, this is the original way we did things. They would commit suicide at 50 paces with a black powder pistol.
Erotic asphyxia.
I always thought that just meant like holding my breath while I choked my dick.
Right.
Which turns out I've been doing for years. So,
Good thing it doesn't last more than 15 seconds.
anything over
How
3
long can you
minutes.
hold your
and
breath?
I'm
17.
42
20.
seconds. Take it or leave it. No.
45 seconds, brain damage sets in.
Ask Robin Williams. Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Did I go too far?
Too soon for us.
I just
Jesus was a long time ago.
Okay,
Robin
now
Williams
that-
was short distance, man.
What was the dude that was on Kung Fu? David, whatever.
Oh, fuck.
It wasn't David Koresh. He was the one at Waco.
Not too soon for me. I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't even remember where he's going with that. But I got a Bing Crosby record.
Macho?
No, that was Ralph.
Ralphie.
That was a favorite Christmas movie of mine.
That was a Christmas movie?
Ralph? Ralphie? Christmas Story?
Oh,
What was it? Christmas?
yeah. Christmas Story.
Christmas Story. Yeah.
Fragile. Must be Italian. I think it's fragile. Oh. Yeah, whatever.
You know, I still say that at the post office. There's two things I always say. Fragile, must be Italian. Everybody's like, what the fuck does he always say that for? And the other thing is when the phone books come in. And I go with a jerk with it. The new phone books are here! And I pick one up and I'm like, finally, I'm somebody.
Somebody.
And they're like, what is wrong with this fucking retard?
I love it, man. There's a
You know
reason
what?
we've gotten along for so many years.
I've got a child on my fingers. It reminds me of the first time I was with a black girl.
Oh, yeah. There was this one time. Oh, wait, I'm not going to. That didn't happen. That's a joke. Just in case you make it episode 29. That didn't happen. It's a joke.
God.
Hellcat Maggie.
Dreaming.
Gonna get me in trouble.
Double wide.
Christmas.
Glizmas.
Gliz-
Have you ever heard what glizz is? Glizzy? I think it's like the new term for like jism.
Really?
Glizzy.
I don't.
I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, feel free to contact me at BJ on the rocks
On the rocks.
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com. And you can correct me all day long, as long as you send pictures of your sister and or your wife. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I'll make sure you get them.
thanks.
You might get sloppy seconds.
Either way, I finish.
But you'll get them.
Yeah.
Are we going to finish that bottle tonight?
One of us is.
Probably not. Oh, man. I hope you guys have had fun. This is, I think we say our Christmas episode. Speaking of movies, I've got, like my top 3 Christmas movies are Die Hard.
I heard that was
Because
not a Christmas
nope,
movie.
I don't pay attention to that. Whatever the fuck that person was on. This is Christmas music. Anyway, Die Hard.
Mm-hmm.
It gets number 1 because it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
It is a good movie.
I mean, I remember when I was like, 6 years old, something like that. It was.
Fuck, where'd you learn how to count? St. Gregory's?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it is.
Well, I forgot what year it was made. 88. So I would have been 6. And I remember seeing the commercial for that. And the line where the helicopter's blowing up and he goes, "Doesn't it sound like I'm ordering a pizza, lady?" I remember that line as a 6-year-old, and I was like, this is the most amazing movie ever. And I didn't get to see it till I was like 12, right?
Right. Well, because your parents were smart.
My parents were
They cared.
fucking sticklers, man.
They were Catholic.
They were sheltered, man. Now, Dad let me get away with a little shit.
Right.
A little shit every now and then, right? But like you say, don't tell your mother. But anyway, Die Hard. And then, for me, it's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah. That's
And then A Christmas Story.
Ooh.
And my brother-in-law, Jeremy, he loves A Christmas Story.
Oh, yeah. When
And
it's on TNT,
I love it too. And the
when I was
older
a
I get,
kid, I'd watch it 3 times.
the older I get, the more I appreciate it.
Right.
Because
it
I'm getting older. Right?
It really goes from both
It's a
sides, the
nostalgic
father and the son.
Yes.
And
Yes.
as you grow, you pick up on
Yes.
both sides.
Very
of that.
much so.
Yeah.
I'm more in the father realm now.
Now, yeah.
Right?
Right.
Do you know what your son just said?
My father was an Oldsmobile man. That god-bladed cut freeze up on the equator in the middle of June.
Yeah.
And the thing is I love Oldsmobile, so that always fit. But
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
man, if you hate A Christmas Story, go kill yourself.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, if you don't like A Christmas
We're
Story,
gonna get shirts made up now.
yeah. If you don't listen to us, go kill yourselves. But you know what always hit me kind of weird? And the Charles Dickens adaptation of Scrooge.
Yeah.
I don't know why that movie, and maybe it's because I'm a workaholic, so it kind of comes from it, and I am a cheap Jew bastard. If that offends
I
you,
thought you were Irish.
if that offends you, please feel free to email me or go kill yourself. But seriously, but seriously, like something about that, okay, here's a movie that hit me in the cockles last week.
Oh yeah.
It's got Richard Dreyfuss and Chevy Chase in it. Not Chevy Chase, it's Chevy Chase. Damn it. Chevy Chase and Richard Dreyfuss. It was called The Last Laugh. And basically, in the end, Chevy Chase is like trying to get this Richard Dreyfuss' character on stand-up because he quit stand-up to be a family man and get married and all this shit. Made the smart decisions. Now his wife's gone. They're in a nursing home, and he's like, "What is stopping you from going out and doing this?" Well, come to find out, Richard Dreyfuss has pancreatic cancer. Spoiler alert. And Chevy Chase goes, "You know what? I've spent my life working, and I don't know how to do anything else but work, and now I have to learn how to live." Like his biggest issue as a character in that movie was, I'm now in a nursing home and I have to admit that I'm out of touch. I need to quit working. I have to retire. And he doesn't know how to do that. So in the end, he tells this guy, he's like, "How much for your spot on the Tonight Show for this guy, for Richard Dreyfuss to get on?" And he's like, "Look, I made my first $5 doing an act in 1963. And he goes, "And I have 1 million more just like it in an account." He goes, "So tell me, how much is it going to make? How much it's going to take for you to give up your spot for this other guy to do it as his basically death wish, right?"
Sure.
So there's that point where I was like sitting here in the chair alone, and I was like, "I'm not a pussy, you're a pussy."
Just give it up.
Right. And I don't have $1 million or $5 million like it, but you know.
But if I did.
If I had $1 million, that's another song that hits me in the cockles. Like, I don't usually like that kind of shit, but that song Bare Naked Ladies, "If I Had $1 Million," that's a good song. If that doesn't make you feel good, like driving through town in a convertible with a set of tits bouncing next to you, I don't know what in life will.
And same title, different song, different artist, Pat Green.
$1 million?
If I had $1 million,
Yeah.
buy you a mansion, 100 miles from
What
nowhere.
would you do with $1 million at Christmas?
Give it away. Not all of it. Not all of it. Holy shit.
Jesus, you are a Democrat.
Woo. Not all of it. No, I'd give $100 to probably 1,000 different people. At least 100 different people.
Right. I mean, 100 different people I can see.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to. I'm not crazy.
Right, you got kids to think about.
Yeah.
Right.
They need PlayStation 5.
Like I said, bubble. Keep it in your bubble.
Keep my $1 million in my bubble.
I think I would go somewhere warm.
Well, yeah.
And then I'd sock the rest of it in to compound interest on itself and live in a tiki hut in the fucking beach.
Oh, you guarantee it's earning interest.
Oh, yeah. Compound that shit.
Compound interest. Compound
it.
shit.
And then I'd just I just live. I'd make puka shell necklaces in a tiki hut on the beach and rent surfboards.
Did you listen to 101 a Bar yet?
No, I haven't
Roger
listened to it.
Craig?
It's been a busy week.
Yeah.
I honestly, I listen to our podcast, and that's the only thing I've listened to on the radio all week.
We'll listen to it after we're done here.
Which sounds really egotistical, but if I don't listen back, sometimes I don't remember the whole thing. And then people will comment, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Something, and I was like, what?
We have a short memory that comes to
Leave my
this
dick
thing.
out of this. So, I was... Oh, and then the pretty girl down at Gibson's, I guess she heard my little
There's
clip
a
about
girl.
that. Yeah, there's boobs and everything. But
Shall
she
I take
actually
my
heard
card
it, and I walked in there, and of course the blind joke, you know, we talked about, and she crossed her eyes, and I was like, well, I'm a dick. I really, like, I felt bad. Like, once you joke about somebody, and it goes out amongst everybody, you were drunk.
Right.
And then you have to own it sober. And it's like two different things.
Yeah, owning the drunk joke sober
is hard sometimes. I mean, and I don't think I've ever said anything too incredibly hateful, you know? But when it comes out and I'm drunk, it is brutally honest sometimes.
We just told thousands of people to kill themselves.
You said it. I mean, the Christianity thing, I was offended by.
Well, yeah. You own some of it. But
Go kill
you own the people that sent an email. Which is like 30 people. So, there.
I was going to say, it's really about...
I own
Wade.
all of Christianity.
He's the only one that emails. Thank you, Wade. I appreciate you.
Wade, Pat, Jesse.
Right. Wade, I appreciate your emails. Now, if you could get Brittany to email me with her eyes crossed but wearing a bikini, she'll appreciate that joke, I think.
As long as she emails.
Either way, I'll finish. I told her that I had dropped something off today and we were joking around.
Again.
And we got to, there was Ed in there and Brittany and me, and we got to joking around. One of the local PD had their cop in there. And we started joking around about sending Brittany out to pull over cars. And I said, but instead of a gun, I said, you need to put like a 12-inch black dildo. And when you pull it out, you know, have lube on it, it just be and God, we ran with it for like, it was a good time. Good time. It's the little things in life. It's those moments in my
and
day.
the big things.
Yeah, well, I don't have the big thing. It's too cold. It's Christmas.
Well, she did.
It's been like 16 degrees out in the morning. Once it goes in, it's like a second belly button. It doesn't come back out until later.
It's fucking mornings.
Oh man, it's frigid, isn't it? This is like January weather.
We went from like 70.
I'm fine as long as there's no snow, though. I can deal with cold. As long as there's no fucking snow.
I want snow for
Snow
a
blows.
week between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, I'll take
I know
it.
for your driving it sucks.
Nah, I'll take it from like the 24th to like the 1st.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm out.
And then
I'm out.
get the fuck
no
out of
more.
here.
Yeah.
I like that.
If I had $1 million.
I watched that Gran Torino with the kids.
Oh man, that's a good damn
And
movie.
Gran Torino, sorry.
That's a Christmas movie.
That should be, sure enough, right? But there's a line in there that like really rings true.
Okay.
It's like, how the fuck did you end up here in the Midwest? I thought the cold would keep all the idiots away. I was like, yeah,
Yep.
you would think.
You would think.
You would think.
I made that comment. So I made that comment to a middle-aged black man this week. And I was
Man,
like,
don't take jokes well.
oh, and
I tried it once.
I was like, who would ever choose to live here? And he goes, man, you think this is cold? Go to Colorado. And I was kind of, there was that brief second where I had to refrain and bite my tongue, like, what kind of a black man goes to Colorado? You guys hate the cold.
Colorado, Madagascar.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Now, if you're listening and you don't know us and you're just randomly watching in some state and you are of a black ethnicity and you took that offensive, I apologize. But here's the thing. Y'all being black, when you go to cold weather, at least you have dick left hanging out. If I get in cold weather...
You got equity.
Yeah,
you got equity.
You got interest still. Here's the thing. If you go somewhere cold, you've still got my length normal hanging out. If I go somewhere cold, I've got to wait 3 months for the damn thing to come out.
We're like a stack of dimes.
Yeah.
Inverted.
I mean, I've seen the videos on Pornhub. I know what y'all are packing.
Send me that guy.
That one guy, that poor guy. I hope his family's earning residuals off all this shit that he got this year.
He is.
Because he actually passed away.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was dead.
Oh shit.
Yeah, by the way.
Now I'm sad.
I brought the atheist down. On Christmas.
I thought that guy's living large.
He was large when he was living. Now he's kind of shriveled up and ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
I hope he really lives.
He's
Man,
way
I hope
overboard
he-
because he's no longer busting nuts.
Damn. I hope he
What-
didn't kill himself.
No. I think he probably stabbed several people to death with that dick. But so okay, what's your favorite Christmas song to go dirty with? To go dirty with. Whenever you hear it, you
fuck,
automatically turn it dirty. It's
Uh,
beginning to look a lot like fuck this.
There you go.
Everybody knows that one.
Yeah. You had to ask me at the end of this drink. Oh fuck.
Okay, do you know?
You go first.
There's a black guy that sings that sings songs and he's voice like heroes. It's almost like light and undertone. Do you know what I'm saying? God, I wish I could remember what his name. But he sings a song and there's one point in the lyrics where I turn it to double D's. It's like the Christmas song. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he sings this one, but it's like, the prettiest sight to see is a big old double D. Or a set of double D's. Well, I sing that in front of Jack, in front of his mother.
Oh.
And I think she took it personally, because she's always been kind of stacked, so I felt bad about that.
That's
one.
why I like. Oh no. That was a joke. You don't listen, right?
Mm-mm. Lord, I hope not.
Neither does my wife.
Otherwise, I'm going
So
to be
we're
expecting
okay.
a court date anytime.
Oh. Okay. Well, let me know. I'll show up. I'll be a character witness. Sir, there's no character witness. I don't care. I'm here to vouch for him.
A character was this. I just see you showing up with like an eye patch and a mustache, with like sailor clothes.
What kind of character witness are you?
Guard! Guard, they stored me rubber bars.
Got a little captain in me.
Was it like a little captain in you?
Oh.
Oh, Peter Pan, you sneaky son of a bitch. I'd wear green tights. You could dress as Captain Hook. We'd see if we could find somebody to dress up as Tinkerbell, maybe. I don't know.
Be a little girl. Wouldn't it?
God,
Is that bad?
I'm not a pervert. Jesus.
Oh, I know.
I'm a pervert, but I'm not.
He's a fucking pervert.
I'm a pervert, but I'm not. What do you call him?
Pedophile.
Thank you. A pedophile. A pedo. How do you make that sound Italian? Is that offensive to Italians? Fragile. They must be fragile. If you're offended by that, you're a fragile. Go kill yourself.
Go and kill yourself.
Now, there's the 12 Days of Christmas. Like, everybody knows that song, but I was driving through Krug Park with Jack. I couldn't remember for shit. I was like, we were looking at the lightings, and I was like, the fuck is that? Pigeons fucking? 4 pigeons fucking. 5 golden cock rings.
Speaking of Jim Foxworthy, I like the 12 Days of Redneck Christmas.
Oh, God.
You remember that?
Man, I used to get so tired of that song, though, because Q Country played it.
Oh, they
like,
played all
like
the
every 3
time.
fucking songs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
George Strait, I love George Strait,
Yeah.
but the same thing, they ruined his Christmas music for me because they play it. All the
Merry
time.
Christmas straight to you or Christmas cookies?
I think it was Christmas cookies.
Yeah.
I sure do like them.
Yeah.
Now the first time I hear it, it's fun because it's like,
Hey.
yeah, it's Christmas. It's kind of like, you know, Mariah Carey, only without the boner. You hear it, you know it's Christmas time.
Thanks, George.
Thanks, George.
Thanks
No
for the
boner.
boner. I mean,
Non-boner.
non-boner, George.
I'm not hard. You're hard.
He's the king of country music, okay? Forgive me.
You know what term I never.
Fuck the king.
Speaking of Christmas, perverse Christmas. You know what I never understood the term? Snowball. Like, who decided to call that snowball? Like, you say, I got snowballed. I'm thinking of, like, two brothers in the front yard.
It's
like
cold and runny. No,
one's
warm
like
and sticky.
one's like 8, one's like 12, and they're throwing snowballs at each other. You'll shoot your eye out. I mean, it's a good old-fashioned snowball fight. You have a snowball fight with your girlfriend. It's completely different topic. I mean, how do you say that? I mean, and now with
two girls in a
now with now with all the Etsy and Instagram shit though, girls have this like more than ever. Like with our generation, they had movies to rely on, right?
Yeah.
And now they rely on this picturesque Hallmark scenic fucking version of relationships.
Fucking Hallmark.
Which is fine. Women, they kind of cling to that romance of shit, whatever. But when your girlfriend goes, you want to have a snowball fight, the first thing I say is, fuck no. You keep that. If I give that to you, you're an Indian giver if you give it back, by God. Yeah. Meanwhile, they're thinking about building a fort out in the yard. And I'm thinking about them trying to spit it back in my mouth, and that's just two different things. You come up with that. Why would you call that
okay.
snowballing? Why would you call that snowballing? Seriously.
Oh, man.
Who the fuck calls that snowballing?
Drunk white
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Listen to the term snowballing. That's plural. I don't know about you, but once I get my first nut off, I'm ready for beef jerky, a Gatorade, or a nap. One of the two.
Yeah, usually a nap.
Usually a nap. Because who keeps beef jerky and Gatorade around?
That's just effort.
That's just.
I gotta make it all the way out to the
That's
kitchen.
too expensive.
Maybe it's there.
I was gonna say, sometimes when I jerk off, I gotta convince myself to go clean up. Let alone if somebody else is there and has taken it.
When you're like, I live alone. Fuck it. It'll be there later.
I wash my sheets a lot. It's no wonder I need new socks. But
the black ones are longer than the white. Anyway.
Yeah, the black ones I just roll up and use again.
Plenty of real estate here.
I love the fact you just use the term real estate when referring to a cock sleeve.
How did I spill a drink that's that empty?
I don't know. For you, that should be half full.
It is.
Yeah.
For me.
Anyways.
Anyway, I'm the optimist.
I'm the pessimist. Actually, I'm more of a realist, I think.
Okay, we'll go with that. Me too. Happy holidays, y'all.
Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah.
Whatever makes you happy,
I'll buy you.
do that.
If you're a Jewish, I'll tell you what. If you're a Jewish, send me an email at bjontheRocks@gmail.com, and I will pay for one free circumcision for you.
Because you're due. You're due.
I mean, is that something to do? Like, is it yearly, biannually?
You're
Like,
you just work your way back.
like you're
Speaking of, we got hoodies for sale. Go to Teespring.
Teespring.
Look at
The link's on our
I don't
Facebook
know.
account.
Yeah, somewhere. Search for BJ on the Rocks. I don't know. BJ on the Rocks. I don't know.
We should
Look on our Facebook.
We should have done it like a Christmas giveaway or something.
We should. Hey! If you're still listening, email us with the code 1D8746.
How did you get my
X.
measurement down? 8.7.
X 69.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Email us that or anything you just fucking put in the subject. I don't care. And we'll send you a T-shirt. Send us your address. We'll send you a T-shirt. On my dime. I don't care. Fuck it. Send me your size and that code that I totally don't even remember what the hell I said.
And
if there's 3 X's and a 6-9 at the end, I know you're listening. So,
Jesus Christ.
There you
Sorry,
go.
man.
Christmas giveaway. Email us. BGOnTheRocks@gmail.com. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Are we done?
Are we done? We're hour and
At
a
2
half.
hours? Then? Hour and a
Well,
half?
this is recorded for a while, so an hour and a half.
But I
I'm
would
sorry.
like to say
Okay.
we apologize for the delay on Christmas music because I really feel like we made an empty promise there.
I plan on getting one
into the
mix of this. So I've got one written. I wasn't ready to perform it yet. I
You know
got
what?
performance
You know what?
anxiety, right?
You know what we should do? We should right now just sing a Christmas song on our way out. You know, thank you for listening. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And on our way out, we're going to sing you a song that's... What do you want to go with? This should be entertaining. At
Just
bare
start,
minimum.
and we'll just wing it. Trying to think of something that we haven't talked about already.
What's a good Christmas song? I mean, what do you got?
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Fat girls sniffing at my toes.
Your log stuck in your face for sucking. I'm drunk.
Now my cock's all curled up. Don't you know?
Everybody does. A turkey leg for the fat girl in the closet.
I don't even remember what the next lyric is.
And some mistletoe.
And some camel toe. That's what
Camel
it's toe.
To make.
My boner bright.
Yeah, and a little to the left. Tiny tots.
Oh!
With their face all aglow.
And grandma lit up with some
Whoa.
weed.
Put me in jail tonight. I'll be registering online.
I'll be coming to your door soon.
How about a house or a school? Don't mind me.
And so
I'm offering
offering this simple phrase.
or glaze
Glaze.
to kids
From 1
to 2.
Jesus fuck. And though it's been said many times, many ways, Merry fuck this
To you.
to you. Merry
Cheers,
Christmas,
brother.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Oh, fucking kill
Merry
yourself.
Christmas, everyone. Go kill yourself. Fuck you all. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.